School is out, the kids are going to be home for summer, and some of you have asked for freezer prep ideas. I recently got this comment. So here you go. Here are some of the things that I do here at home for my kids. They can take out of the freezer and microwave themselves, and they got a meal. I'm going to be adding 4 eggs to this entire box of pancake mix. 4 eggs, some vanilla extract, water, and my bittersweet dark chocolate chips, which my family loves. Okay, so now I'm going to empty out the entire box of pancake mix. My 4 large eggs. The rest of this bottle can go in. Give that a mix. Should do the trick. Another cup. I think it might be just enough the way we like it. Just gonna eyeball chocolate chips. That was a 10-ounce bag. Heated griddle, and I'm gonna add cooking oil and just kind of wipe it down. You don't want too much oil. Last spot, right there. So once they start to bubble up, like these are bubbling up pretty good, that's a good indication that, you know, you can turn these. Let's see. Okay, so here are 24 pancakes. The entire batter yielded 28. These last 4, I'm gonna go ahead and just serve my kids breakfast with these 4. Here we go. I forget how when I do the, yeah, you kind of go like that and then under. There we go. That's how I do it. And you just repeat the process. I'll portion these out, 2 pancakes per, you know, wax paper wrap. There we go. And this will just protect it from freezer burn. I would say like 6 to 8 weeks to be safe, you know. Now it's time to put these in my Ziploc baggie. I think I can fit them all in here. That'll work. And there we go. Freezer prep chocolate chip pancakes. And you'll just want to put the date. If you want to write instructions, you can, but my kids know what the deal is. Okay. So now it's time to make breakfast burritos. I'm going with smoked turkey sausage, a variety of cheese. My son likes pepper jack and the shredded blend. Here I have my eggs, and I'm using store-bought flour tortillas, the burrito size. You can make them from scratch. I do that all the time. But this is totally convenient, and I'll show you how I put it all together. Okay, so I've cut my smoked sausage and saute this really well. Get some maybe brown edges. Okay, so now I'm going to work by, you know, getting my eggs ready for the pan. Let's see. One more. And then just give them a mix here. Get this. I'm going to put it right there in my pan, right in with all of my eggs. Smoked sausage egg scramble. Sometimes I do chorizo con papa with refried beans, bacon, so many things you can do. Place my cheese here in the 1/2 cup measure of that cheese. These are going to be really cheesy. And, you know, fold. Do the best you can. I did warm these up a little bit on the plate just to make them kind of pliable. But there's the breakfast burrito. My wrapped burrito. I'm going to fold tightly on top and then fold both sides under. Microwave for 1.5 to 2 minutes, or until it's, you know, reheated, warmed, and hot. The cheese is melty and gooey. Okay, so here are all of my burritos. All I have to do is put these in a Ziploc baggie, and here are my pancakes. So these are just 2 of many ideas that might help you guys out. You know, you can get really creative with your breakfast burritos as far as the filling and with your pancakes. So anyways, here's freezer prep. I'm going to freezer prep sandwiches 4 ways. To start, I'm going to add some water to my baking sheet. This is a small baking sheet, and I'm going to add a sheet of parchment paper right on top. And now I'm going to spread some softened, unsalted butter. Yep, those are toast crumbs. Welcome to my life, where my family likes to just toast bread and get crumbs everywhere. So I only have 6 eggs left here. So into this large measuring cup, not that I'm measuring them, it's just easier to mix and pour. And all I'm going to do is beat the eggs. Actually, 7 large eggs works for this recipe, but I only have 6 left. So I'm going to add some water. But then I realized, oh, wait a minute, I have heavy cream in the fridge, so I'm also going to add some heavy cream. But 7 large eggs works for this. You can add a pinch of salt. I'm leaving the salt out. I will be adding some cracked black pepper. What I'm going to do is just pour this into that prepped baking sheet. And I have my oven preheating to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And I'm going to bake this for 15 to 20 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. It might take less time, just until everything is cooked through. And allow it to cool until I need it. I'm going to cook a pound of lean ground beef, and I am going to use this for cheeseburger sandwiches or sliders. 1.5 teaspoons of beef bouillon powder, some dehydrated minced onion. You can season ground beef how you like. Here I'm adding a blend of salt, pepper, and garlic powder or garlic salt. And just break that down and cook it through. Yes, even if it's frozen, just give it some time. Okay, this is cooked, setting aside. I am going to cook a pound of breakfast sausage because this is going to go into my breakfast sandwiches. I'm going to break this apart, cook it through. Okay, so now that this is cooked through, same thing. I'm going to set it aside and let it cool completely. So I am going to make what I like to call sun jammies. This is pretty much like those peanut butter and jelly Crustables, no crust bread. I'm using sunflower butter and the strawberry jam, and I'm just going to use a tablespoon of each right in the center of the sandwich bread. And I'm actually making this for my younger son, but my eldest son, he just makes peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. And you actually could freezer prep those without cutting the crust off, and that works as well, and no waste. Cut off the crust, and you do not have to throw away that crust. You can freeze it and use it later for French toast sticks or like a French toast baked casserole. I do that. I'll link something below that I think I put it in a video long ago. Okay, so I don't have a fancy sandwich cutter that kind of crimps the edges, so just use a fork. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the process for about 9 sandwiches. This is just for my youngest son, but if you need to double this for kids at home, it really does work as a great snack that they can make themselves. From frozen, they can put this into the microwave for about 10 seconds or put it in the toaster. It all works. Okay, here I have some wax paper, and I'm just going to individually wrap these and then place them in a freezer bag. And these are my little sun jammies. These really do work when you are pressed for time. Maybe the kids come home from school, or maybe they want to pack their own lunches, and they can have this already prepped in the freezer. Okay, these are done. Now let's start on breakfast sandwiches. Here I have the Hawaiian rolls, and I am going to store it right back into this bag and box. So I'm going to remove the rolls and just slice them right down the middle to make like sandwich bread and keep them together as best as possible. Sometimes they break off. Okay, so just flip that over. And let me show you how easy these sandwiches come together. So I'm going to put the bottom right back into the box. You can use the cheese that you like. I am using American cheese slices. These are like the extra thin ones. So 5 slices fits perfectly. So now I'm going to carefully peel off the baked scrambled eggs. I'm going to cut excess so it fits onto this. And I'm going to eat the rest of the egg for breakfast. And of course it breaks. And it's okay. Put Humpty Dumpty back together again like a puzzle piece. It all works. Look at this. It saved the day. Yay! But this works for me. I'm going to put over all of that cooked breakfast sausage. And then once you spread it out, just cover with the tops of the rolls. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and sort of pre-cut these. And as my kids want one or two, they can just kind of break them off while they're frozen and pop them into the microwave, air fryer, or toaster oven. But I'm going to store it right back into this bag. And this is a little hack. Those of you probably do this already. And that's it. These are the breakfast sandwiches. And this goes into the freezer. I'm just going to label them and put them into the freezer. And as the kids want one, they can just kind of break one off, put the rest back. Okay, next one. Sandwich rolls, I already have them sliced, so I'm going to remove the tops again. And now I'm going to show you how to make the cheeseburger ones. Like I said, same thing. I'm going to add 5 slices of cheese. I used to do shredded cheddar cheese for the sandwiches, and my family just likes the American cheese, so that's what I go with. But like I said earlier, use the one that you like. Okay, so 5 slices, and I'm using the extra thin slices. Now the ground beef, cool. You don't want anything going hot onto this. Okay, I love the patty melt sauce from Whataburger. You can add whatever sauce you want. Mustard, mayo, ketchup, it all works. Okay, top it, going back into the bag. And when you do this, meal prepping and freezer prepping, it does take time and effort. You could get the family to pitch in and help, or just, Sunday morning, just go for it. It makes the work week easy. Okay, so here I'm going to make some deli sliced sandwiches. Cut the top off, eat the excess. That was mine. I'm going to add some thin sliced Swiss cheese and some oven roasted turkey or smoked turkey, or you could do ham and Swiss. Okay, I like the chicken sauce for this, so I'm just going to add sauce on top of that. Again, just doing this quickly, top it, and just cut the individual sandwiches. Or you can leave it whole, because sometimes I just bake these in the oven for dinner or for a meal. It really just works in a pinch. Going back into the bag, and like I said, wrap individual sandwiches in wax paper, put it in a freezer baggie. That also works. Okay, so freezer prep for the week is done. I have the breakfast sandwiches. Like I said, store it individually if you like. The turkey and Swiss, the cheeseburger, which I'm going to show you how I bake that, and the sun jammies. Okay, so you could bake these straight from the freezer. If these were frozen, I'd just remove it just like this and put it right onto the baking sheet. Just when you're baking it frozen, the cook time does vary, but you can see even if some of the meat falls out, no worries. We can put that back in and just slide it right onto the baking sheet. You'll want to preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, by the way. And I'm going to bake this for about 20 minutes. Now they are done. And now this is going to be dinner. You could also put some French fries in the air fryer or bake them. You can add toppings to this like lettuce, pickles, extra cheese. It all works and it comes together quick. Next up, I'm going to show you how I freezer prep cheeseburgers and save money on fast food and have it ready for my kids. So if you've been keeping up with my videos lately, I've been doing a lot of freezer prepping and budgeting, a lot of like food items and things we eat in my household. And this is another one that saves me time and money. And for all those school kids that are going to be out for the summer, this is something you can put together in the freezer and have them make on their own all summer long. Garlic powder, onion powder, a tablespoon of beef bouillon powder, maybe like a tablespoon and a half, smoked paprika. Give it a really good mix. They say you don't want to over mix the ground beef, but I'll do the best I can. This is the easiest way I like to make hamburger patties when I'm freezer prepping, meal prepping, or heck, if you're making it for dinner. So I'm going to press this to fill the baking sheet. Okay, so I've flattened it. I'm going to take the end of the wooden spoon and we're just going to put just holes. See, just like that. So this is going into an oven, 375 degrees Fahrenheit for like 35 to 40 minutes or until it's all cooked through. So this is ready. There we go. Okay, so we picked these up from Costco. Okay, so this has cooled, so I'm just gonna cut it, I think 12. And these will be a good size for the burger buns. work on the parchment paper. So we got the beef patty. You take your slice of cheese, place it right there. Go under, and there you go. Meal prepped cheeseburger. Burgers are all wrapped. So to store them, I'm going to use the bag that the buns came in, and I kept this, so that's how I'll freezer prep them, in the same baggie. It's gonna be snug. Okay, but I managed to fit it in the bag. So now we're gonna tie this off. And here we have our meal prepped cheeseburgers. And now, lay them flat, freezer prepped. Not bad. So let me show you what it's gonna look like to reheat the cheeseburger and fries. So let me show you what this is gonna look like when my son makes it. Freezer prepping cheeseburgers and French fries, especially since it's time for like school to be out, summer break. So just put it in the air fryer. You can tell my sons have been using this. Okay, so I would have my son do this, but he doesn't want to be on camera today. So these are frozen. So I'm going to show you how to make these from frozen, which honestly, it's just putting it in the microwave. Okay, so you take one out. You can leave it in this, or you can remove it. So I don't know, maybe loosely. But this is what it looks like frozen. You kind of have to flip it, cook it, flip it. So there we go. Okay. So 1 minute on one side. You see how the cheese kind of gets melty? That's fine. Give it a flip. And then 30 more seconds and it should be done, like a minute and a half. Well, that's heating up. The fries are done. And they come out perfectly in the air fryer. See? So burger's done. And there you go. And this is just, I mean, is it perfect just like fast food? No. Sometimes season your burger how you like. Get you the French fries that you like. Air fry it, microwave it. It's essentially time-saving and budget-friendly. Next up, I'm going to show you how to make sausage biscuits for freezer prep. They're so good. Very easy biscuits. I'm going in with like 3 cups of self-rising flour. I'm going to add 1.5 tablespoons of sugar. Because I am using Greek yogurt, I like to add sugar to kind of offset that tang. 2 cups of Greek yogurt. And now I'm just going to fold and mix. I know I said to add a tablespoon at a time, but I'm going in with like 1/2 cup extra. It's going to be at 475 is what I'm going to preheat. So I'm going to start preheating it now. Sprinkle some more flour. There we go. Press it out to cut the biscuit dough. There we go. Just kind of do that. And you'll want to make sure you do dust your work surface because it is a sticky. Just kind of press and fold till it comes together. 1/2 inch thick, maybe. I want to show you. You want to make sure that you keep the bottom floured as you press it out. That's going to make your life a lot easier when you go to pick this up off the surface. I know my lines are all over the place. And if you cut straight down without like moving it back and forth, it'll fluff up a lot better. It kind of follows the same rule of don't twist when you cut down on a biscuit with a biscuit cutter. Okay, so I'm going to put this onto my baking sheet. Okay, that one. So I'm just going to put, I can fit 15 on my little baking sheet here. And I'll throw those in the oven with the biscuits for a little while to, okay. There you go. That works. Okay, so these are going into my oven. Okay, oops. Okay, 12 to 13 minutes. Okay, so I think my biscuits are done. And I didn't even like put cream or egg wash onto them. I put the sausage, I left it back in there for a little bit, but they're hot. And I'm gonna show you pretty much what a breakfast sandwich in my house ends up to be. It's one of two ways: a sausage with cheese or a sausage patty. And we add strawberry or even like grape jelly. But today I have some strawberry preserve going right on top. I don't know, I like it better. So now I'm just gonna let the rest of them cool. And I won't put the jam on. I'll just put the sausage patty with the biscuit, wrap it in wax paper, and just put it in a freezer baggie. And then just put your little sausage patty, close it, let it hang out till it cools completely. Well, actually, maybe this way, because it's a lot easier to, and then we go. Then you just kind of fold it till it stops. And then one side under, the other side under, and there we go. So a little bit of instructions. Remove paper. And then we'll do that as a dot. Microwave 1 minute. Breakfast sandwiches. You know, it's a lot cheaper than going and get them every day or eating out. This is just little things I do to kind of budget my money for groceries and what have you for the food for the month. If you guys want to see more freezer prep stuff that I do, you know, I do burritos, I've done freezer prep stuff. I do dinner stuff sometimes. Let me know. I'll do some more stuff for you guys, but that's it. Freezer prepped sausage biscuit sandwiches. So good. And I saved money doing this. I hope you give this recipe a try. I hope you like it. And thanks for watching.